Thanks, Karine. First of all, a housekeeping question. It's been a few days since we've heard from the president directly on the state of negotiations. I'm wondering if we might hear from him either in the Rose Garden here shortly or later today to offer an update on the...
I would say stay tuned, my friend. Stay tuned.
I'll consider that. To follow up on Weech's last question, the former president is in the area. He was spotted on...
Which one?
Former President Trump.
Okay. There's a few formers out
yes,
there, so you have to be clear.
He was spotted across the river at the Live Golf tournament that's coming up this weekend here in the area, and a reporter from the New York Times covering the tournament spoke with him, and the former president showed, in fact, that he had recently spoken with Speaker McCarthy, said that they had a little quick talk, and he predicted that the debt talks were going to be, getting a deal would be harder than people were expecting. I wonder if the White House has a reaction to the fact that the current speaker is speaking to the former president at the time his team is talking to the current president.
The speaker is allowed to speak to whoever he chooses and wants to speak to, so I'm not going to certainly dive into that or step on that. What I can speak to is what the speaker has said very publicly himself just this week, that default is off the table. We are continuing to have productive conversations. Negotiations continue. Again, I just mentioned how the two teams met this morning virtually at 11:30. That is a good sign. That is a good sign that those talks are certainly continuing. And look, we have said we think there's a path forward. There's a path forward to a bipartisan, reasonable budget agreement. And as long as both sides understand that no one is going to get everything that it wants, then we can get there. We can get there. This is about the American people. This is about American families, making sure that we are meeting their needs, and that should be the focus.
So that's not an indication of bad faith if the speaker is either receiving or placing a call
look,
to
I don't know what the speaker said to the former president. I cannot speak to that. You would have to ask the speaker directly. What I can speak to is what we heard from the speaker directly, and what his team is doing. We are continuing to have these good faith conversations. That's what's important. The negotiations continue, and so I think that's what's important here. I cannot speak to a hearsay conversation that occurred. I just can't speak to that.